and so on and so forth. It's free, but it cost him a great deal to do these things. And, well, none of us are rich that do this. So I want you to go to his website, and I'll post the link there. He has, he offers 3 different tiers of support for those that are trying to understand eschatology, those that are struggling with it. And just as I am doing whatever I can to help with that as well. He takes it up several notches, him and both Brian Ingram. And you can also find Brian Ingram has his own website, which he is brilliant in the history of the Bible, and as well as other things. And the two of them together are, they are a blessing. So Brian Ingram, it is Bands of Time that you can find him on, and I suggest that you look them up and look at what they have to say and keep an open mind and an open heart, because it's going to be way different than what you've heard. Now, it's not different in something new. It is what everyone used to know. It's just we have forgotten. And, of course, the Lord our God says that he brings us into remembrance. And that's what these two brothers are doing, is bringing us back into remembrance of God's holy word and what it is that he does say. So I want you to be, what they might say might be shocking to you. But I want you to remain kind when you go there, and I want you to act like a Christian when you go there. And there's no reason to send any of these people any harsh emails or go after them or persecute them in any way. If you have anything to say, please say it to me first. I'll take it. I'll take the beating. So, you can say, Joe, you're promoting these people, and so therefore, I will, I'll take the beating. You can give it to me if you are upset with anything or something that you find, that is different to what you have been taught of any of these individuals. I stand firm on all of them. And if you feel led to go after any of them, make sure you go after me first, please, and I'll take that beating. So you have no idea. And this is what God's really been putting on my heart today. I was going to talk about the mechanics and get into at least a little bit, at least what I know of the days of Noah. And I wanted to, that was what I had planned, but, God switched that up. It's funny that when I think he's going to zig, he zags, and he's been weighing on my heart. I'm not even sure where to start with this, but, let's do this. Let's do this because time is drawing short. So many things that are going on, so many things in the news, so many things that I've experienced that I've had to call others and just, what? Weather patterns that made me shake my head in disbelief, that are just not normal, things said that I'm just amazed by, and everything just seems to be going a little nutty. So are we to follow along with that, or are we to stand firm in our faith? And so let's go here. Let's go to Exodus 20. And I'm going to read out of the NASB. So Exodus 20. Then God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out out of the house of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourselves an idol or any likeness of what is in heaven above, or on the earth beneath, or in the water under the earth. You shall not worship them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, on the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing loving kindness to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not leave him unpunished who takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall not do any work, you or your son or your daughter, your male or your female servant, or your cattle, or your sojourner who stays with you. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be prolonged in the land which the Lord your God gives you. You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his male servant, or his female servant, or his ox, or his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor. All the people perceived the thunder and the lightning flashes around, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled and stood at a distance. Why did I end with that? Well, I think when we hear this, we should tremble at these words and hold fast to them. Now, let's cruise over to Matthew 5:1. When Jesus saw the crowds, he went up on the mountain, and after he sat down, his disciples came to him. He opened his mouth and began to teach them, saying, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, sorry about that, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the gentle, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who have been persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." I'm going to read that one more time, because there's some of those that are really on my heart. Forgive me for interrupting. Blessed are those who have been persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, for your reward in heaven is great. For in the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if the salt has become tasteless, how can it be made salty again? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled underfoot by men. Oh, goodness. Sorry about that. Like I said, he's a little heavy on me tonight, so just things that I guess things personally that I've heard, things that I have witnessed. And as these times grow darker, this is why he put these on my heart to talk about. And we will go back to the days of Noah. But as I tried to do that in an episode, I tried to record one earlier and it just, I couldn't do it. It's funny when he puts things on your heart that you have to move, that he applies that pressure and you have to, you want to, you desire to, you want to be placing your footsteps, before him, walking. I always picture my hands up and he's kind of holding me sometimes, like you hold a toddler and, they kind of look up at their father and he smiles and, and and he lets them go and you watch them kind of fumble about a little bit, but eventually they start walking before him. And there's so many of them that I've watched just walk, you watch them go through that and then you watch them start to walk before him. He's not holding their hand constantly. When they stumble and lose their balance, then they reach up and grab his hand again. And so many things that we can learn from little ones that help us in our understanding, in our daily walk, that he's pointing to so many different things and how much he loves us and how precious we really are to him, and the great pains that he has gone through to, have us enter into the narrow gate. But it's our choice to do so. It's our choice. He can't make you grab his hand. He can't make you reach out and grab the hem of his garment. That has to be your choice to do so. And it has to be your choice daily. Not once, not at one time, but daily, to walk before him. And is why I read what I read. So one of the things I have been noticing a lot of lately, and one of the things that I've been picking apart, and one of the favorite teachings, of course, is Matthew, the 24th chapter. Everyone seems to run to it, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as we're going there not for ammo, but to come to a reckoning or an understanding of what the Lord our God is saying, what Christ the King himself told us, that there would be a great falling away. And